And one of them did say, "Are you mad? You can't do that." Oh boy, I can do that. You watch this space and I will be doing that. This video didn't actually turn out as planned. I went to see the new Transporter Sportline, and then I went to see lots of vans from throughout the ages, and I ended up spilling the beans and giving you lots of clues about the van that I have bought. But I haven't told you. You have a look at the clues in this video and let me know what you think that I have bought. So I've made it down to Vanworx for their open day, and they have, as expected, something extremely special in that showroom. Now, Vanworx are a Volkswagen integrated partner, and you've often heard me talk about the 6 Volkswagen qualified manufacturers as far as campervans are concerned. Well, Vanworx are an integrated partner. They are a partner of Volkswagen for what they do. So today we're going to have a look at the Sportline, and the one which they've got in there is pretty unique with what it's had done to it. So before we get inside and have a look at that, let's quickly just have a wander around here, because this vehicle which I'm next to here is a Pro S. So this is a Pro S, and you might know that Volkswagen have brought out 2 sporty sort of vehicles. One of them is the Sportline, and this one is the Pro S. So I'm presuming maybe a customer's brought it down to Vanworx today to show it off. I don't know. The van, the Sportline in there, is a customer's vehicle. But one of the vehicles which I really like at Vanworx is this one here. A couple of years ago I showed this on the channel up at the NEC, and I do intend to actually take this one out because this is one of the crafters which they've got. It's actually one of their own vans, and it is very different to a lot of the other crafter conversions which I've done. Not actually going to have a walk around it today, but I will just quickly show the camera inside, because as you can see, we've got this beautiful stitching here with the Vanworx embossing on there. Yeah, this upholstery is something I have in mind for my van. Would that kind of stitching go with the van what I've got? Give you some clues as we get further along in this video, because I have bought a van. But yeah, so that is one of the Maxtrax vans which they do. Absolutely love that. And they've actually got another one here which I have never ever seen before, so I can't really give you any information on it because I don't know anything. But look at that, again, different kind of design, just showing you what kind of things is possible by Vanworx in these kinds of vans. This one's definitely more kind of utilitarian, I would say. Much more of a blank canvas. Kind of do whatever you want in that. So just quickly going into the showroom, you can see you've got the Ford Transit there. That looks rather cool. That'll be one of the Chesil conversions popped up, as you can see up there. We've seen the slipper conversion, which is from £65,000 a van, which I showed you in last week's video. Absolutely brilliant. So into the showroom, and as I said, I briefly popped in here the other day. It's still a work in progress, but they've got some new signage up on the walls, and yeah, it's definitely coming along. Absolutely love it, especially that coffee area down there. But Sportline 75, the vehicle which is one of 75, and it is that called 75 because it's been 75 years of the Volkswagen Transporter. This is the split screen camper, which, let's face it, a lot of us who were into our Transporters, a lot of us will have probably once dreamed of owning one of them when we were growing up. It's certainly where it all started for me, growing up, seeing these kind of vans, and I fell in love with them, those along with the Beatles. But yes, 75 years, so that brings us on to the special Sportline, the Sportline 75. So by now, I'm sure you've pretty much all seen this new Sportline, the 75 edition for 75 years of the Transporter. So this is a colour which is unique to this particular vehicle. You cannot buy a Transporter in this colour, and this is moss green. And this is the first time that I've actually seen the vehicle in the flesh. and it actually looks far better in the flesh than it actually does on the photos and videos which I've seen of it. But this one is a little bit different because, as I say, this one is a customer's vehicle and it's coming to Vanworx to have a little bit of extra work done to it. So I shall take you around what the extra little bits are. So some of the complaints that have been for people who've purchased them or people who've been wanting to purchase them is these handles. So the handles do not come in Moss Green, but it's come into Vanworx, and Vanworx have managed to colour code it to the same as the body. Also, the wing mirrors. So the wing mirrors, they were just a matte plasticky black, but now they are now gloss black, which certainly does improve the aesthetics of it. You've also got the tailgate where you had the black bit on the back, that is now also done in Moss Green. The standard panels you get in a combi have now been replaced. They've now actually upholstered them in this Alcantara, and as you can see there, that is a massive improvement on what it looks like when it comes out of the factory. So this is actually a pack which is going to be available. So if anybody's got a Sportline, then Vanworx are actually offering upgrades for it. So you can have colour-coded door handles, you can have the Alcantara, the carpeting in the back. So yeah, so that's pretty cool, isn't it? So yeah, good of Vanworx to be able to offer in that service. And this particular vehicle, as you know, only 75 of these were built. It is a very, very rare vehicle. And this one is number 75 of 75. So for those who haven't seen the Sportline before, the Sportline is the sporty model. It's a Volkswagen product. It features lots of upgrades. So the sporty front end, so you can see this front end looks a lot nicer than the standard one. I think it looks really, really smart. You've got the red detailing along the front strip there. You've got these alloy wheels, the Sportline alloy wheels, and they look really, really smart. But one of the bits which I like about this, not just the fact that it is green, and green is my favourite colour of van, but these seats. So Sportline embossed seats and this green stitching, which I think looks really, really cool. That follows through onto the steering wheel as well. So on the steering wheel you can see that you've got the stitching in here, and yeah, it just looks really smart. Already a nice modern vehicle, now being much improved with the additions which they've added to it. So yeah, so this is the Sportline 75, and this particular one, the customer wanted a combi, so they have a combi. And now, as far as the Sportline's concerned, Sportlines are going to be available in the e-hybrid, because the e-hybrid has just been released. It can now be ordered, and they actually have one in the showroom just down the road from here. So yeah, so that is an engine which I think a lot of people are going to be very, very interested in. The 2.5 petrol hybrid engine. I think that is definitely going to be popular. And I've already spoken to quite a few converters in the past, recently, and they believe that that's going to be the platform for them for performing their future builds. But what do you think of this Sportline? I'm going to head off now from here, and I'm going to go and find some other vans to show some of the history of 75 years and the uniqueness of what people do to them. Let's go and have a look. So now I'm on my way to the Devon and Cornwall Transporters, the trophy meet. And there's going to be quite a few vans there. And I know from past experiences when I've been, the vans are going to be from lots of different eras, lots of different styles, lots of different personal tastes. Maybe I should enter this T7, brand new T7, into the T7 category. A Turkish van with a Turkish seat. I've even got some Turkish delight. I don't think there's going to be very many T7s there. In fact, I might stand out quite a little bit. We shall see what's down there. Well, I have arrived. I tell you what, oh my word, I've been taken back quite a bit. When I was driving here, I was saying to you, there's going to be a lot of vans because I've been here previously and there's been a lot of vans. Well, I tell you what, this time there's got to be over 100 vans. Now, bearing in mind, this is just Devon and Cornwall Transporters. But there are loads, and there's lots of different styles. You can see a T4 there. So, T4, I do like a T4, although you've got to be good at welding if you've got a T4. T1, nice splitty there. And then going round, you've got T5, T5.1s, T6s, T6.1s. There is only one T7. Only one T7, yes, and that is the one which I'm driving. But there's loads of different vans, lots of different variations, lots of different variety, lots of different colours, lots of different preferences. Shall we pop our heads in a few and have a look at what we've got? Let's go and have a look. Quickly flipping back round to the one I've just walked past. So T4, and paintwork on this one actually looks pretty good. We've got a side step there. Quite like a tight side step on a T4, especially if it's got the all-terrain tyres, the off-road wheels, race suspension. Obviously this one hasn't, but I'm just saying basically. Front runner roof bars. Now obviously on the T4, if you're using a roof bar like that, you've actually got to drill in and make the holes yourself, so that's probably got a T5, T6 roof bars on there, and then the front runner is attached to the top. But yes, so starting off with a nice T4, and then this splitty. So split screen, just gotta love a splitty, haven't you? For years and years and years, like I said earlier in the video, I've admired these for a heck of a long time, and it's where it all started. Owned a couple of Beetles myself. One of the favourites which I had was a Blue Wizard, and in fact I did see a Wizard the other day, completely no roof, chopped off, and that looked rather cool. So T6 here, and this one again has got some nice individual styling. I'm going to say it's purple, but I might get that wrong. Violet colour, and then that detail comes throughout. So you've got the fuel cap, cosmic, you can see there where it normally says Transporter. You've got the trapezoid sidebar, and that is also in the purple, so that's been sprayed in purple or wrapped in purple, and then it's got the decal on the back of that as well. So yeah, so these have made it very individual, as is the pop top as well. So the pop top has also been coloured to match the rest of the detailing on the van. So T6, another T6, and this one has been done in a similar kind of manner. So you've got the detailing on the outside, so this one they've chosen to have orange. Seen a few of these over the last few days, generally see white and orange. This one is Indian grey and orange. Yeah, just adds it, makes it a little bit different. Because we all have different preferences, and look at this. Talking about preferences, this in the VW scene is extremely popular. So this van, clearly on air ride, it's been completely bottomed out, touching the floor, and I think that looks cool. You tell me, what do you think? I have to say, I do absolutely love that. So this one, you can see bully. Another T6, T5, T6, T6.1. Oh, that's cool. Right, I'm not going to go in that because there's actually a child in that, but that has got some artwork from Driftwood Artisan, and they've actually got the same neon light which I've actually chosen for my new van, which I've got. But interior wise, so for my new van, I'm going to go into a lot of detail when we talk about it, which is not going to be very far away now. I've not actually picked it up yet, but we are going to be talking about interior options, styling and things like that. So I'm having a look at this now for my own benefit, to give myself ideas, because although I talk about vans all the time, it's coming to places like this, seeing vans in the literally tens, hundreds possibly, that you do see the amount of variation that these people have got. So when I'm talking about reviewing new camper vans, you're generally seeing a lot of the same kind of styling. So you've got your kitchen down your side, you've got your pop top, and then you've got the bed at the back. But when you come into places like this, because they're older vans, people have kind of had a different take on them, and it is very, very personal. It's to their own preferences. So when you're looking for ideas, it can be beneficial to come to places like this. So from the back of this T6, you can see it's got a pull-out storage at the back, which I'm guessing fits into that slot there. And then, yeah, nice U-shaped. Double passenger up top, single captain. And yeah, that's a nice layout. And then another T6.1 next to it. And then this one has got that standard layout, but this is the one with the child in. So I'm not going to go into that one and show you. but I will show you the outside, and that's got the Leighton front end on it. So yeah, those who've followed the channel for a while will have seen Leighton's many times. Got the tubular sidebar, and it looks very cool, as does this. Now, talk about individualistic and talk about personal preferences. Now, this is the van I love. I really, really love this van. Would I have it myself? No, I wouldn't. But it doesn't stop me from admiring it and appreciating what the owner of this van has done. So this is another T4. It's got special paintwork on it. Hopefully you can pick it up on the camera. It's very, very glittery, clearly pink, and yeah, it looks very smart. And then the roof as well has also been done, and you can see very glittery. It was a winner at last year. Am I going to have a winner next year? Is the van I've bought going to be coming to this event next year and be up for an award? Don't know. There's going to be a lot of work put into it. A lot of time and effort is going into it. The plans are already there. Watch this space. And then we've got lots of orange vans. So obviously these vans are XRAC. You tend to find that the orange ones have pretty much all been XRAC. Not sure if anybody's ever thought, I'm going to have it resprayed orange. Don't know, maybe they have. But yeah, a lot of these are XRAC, as are the yellow ones are XAA. But not all XAA vans are still yellow. Some people have had theirs resprayed a different colour, and sometimes that colour might arguably be worse than the original colour. Anyway, let's carry on going around the front. So from the front, you've got T5, T6, another T5, and this one matte green. Is it matte green? Yeah, that's definitely got a green hint to it. That, yeah, looks rather smart, rather nice. Popped up on the back, and then a beautiful T2. So yeah, so the bay window, long admired, as I have with the split screen as well. And oh, I love the noise of these engines. One day I'll have another one. Beauties. What's your favourites? What do you think? If you're going back historically, if you're thinking about, you know, the splitties or the bay windows, maybe T3s, T4s, historically wise, what's been your choice? If they could go back to anything, if you didn't need to be that reliant on the reliability or anything, what would you choose? Other orange, T6, got T6.1 and T7. So this is going to give you the first look at it. So this is the T7. So this is the van which I've come on today. And I'm saying T7, it is the Transporter. And it's got this khaki green wrap. And then it's got this special detailing on the front of fly splatters, because I've not managed to wash it because I've done quite a few miles already today. So yes, it's obviously got caught in some of the flying insects. So yeah, so T7, I'm going to be doing a proper video on this. In fact, there's going to be a couple, because this has got a rather interesting electrical system. So if you want to know what that electrical system is, then do look out for that video, which will be coming, I don't know, some point after this one. I've got loads of videos lined up. I've got loads of videos which I've already filmed, loads of videos which I've already planned. Things such as an ensuite for your campervan, or maybe what's the best toilet for your campervan? What's the best shower for your campervan? Mistakes that you might be making when you're buying campervans. They're all videos which are already filmed, already in the pipeline, already in the process. But just to give you an idea of where we are, so we've got 2 rows of vans there. We've got Maddie Moo there. We've got rows of vans here, rows of vans there, rows of vans there. So yeah, we've got loads of them. But down here we've got Maddie Moo. Seen on the channel loads of times before. Another beauty. T5. Very recognisable. See this all the time in and around Plymouth. Always makes me smile every time I see it. Love it. Another T4 with standard stitching. So this is the stitching, the fabric which came out of the factory, the Aztec, which did continue also in the T5, as we can see. Nice T5. Nice, interesting green colour. Sorry, Dan, but now Dan has got, not only has he got his green, but he's now got a matching kayak in green as well. Got this one here with all the Star Wars, and to be honest with you, I've got to be really careful around here because there's loads and loads of children. It's a family event, so there's a play park over there, there's a treasure hunt going on, there's lots of different things for children to do, so there are a lot of children around. This is another beautiful van, look at the colour of that. And also, look at the wheels on that. It's another really, really smart one. Sorry, I'm just getting completely interrupted by all these vans which I'm seeing because I just love them. Love seeing all these vans. And yeah, like I was saying, it's the families. You know, people are just here, just enjoying the vans. You know, it doesn't matter whether you've got a T4, like Rob's there. I love that van. I'm going to have a proper look at that in a minute because he's done some more work since I've last seen it. You know, another T4. Oh, look, some might say that's a blue Nan. Sorry, private joke. But T6s, T5s, T4s, you've got splitty over there, you've got the bay windows. But whatever these people have got, whether it is anything like that or it's the T7 van, which I've arrived in today, does it really matter? You know, those people having a picnic over there do not care whether they've come in a T7 today or a big crafter or anything like that. They don't care. They're not bothered. They're just all enjoying it. They're all just taking in, you know, the beautiful scenery, just enjoying the community, speaking to other people who are here, having the same experiences, looking at each other's vans, seeing what they could buy next for theirs. Yeah, I did kind of come here planning a video of kind of what to do, and I've kind of been taken back by just how the community's been whilst I've been here today, because the van life community, campervan community, whatever people want to call it, some people say it's not van life, but whatever it is, you know, it's a great thing to be in. So whether this is your thing where you're seeing other people, whether you just want to be parked up on your own at a beach, taking in the sea views, cooking your own food, having a barbecue, chilling out, looking at the stars at night, does it really matter what van you've got? You know, whether it is that brand new Sportline 75, which we saw at Vanworx earlier, or it's the splitty, or the bay window, or maybe one of the T4 rust buckets, which they're probably going to have to get the welder out at least once a year. Doesn't matter, does it? We're all here for the experience. You know, life is short. We don't know what's around the corner. Let's just get out there and enjoy it. Giving you a few clues about my van. So what do you reckon I bought? It isn't the T7 that I've come in today. I have actually given you a few clues. Have you put them together yet? Do let me know in the comments, the make, the model, and the colour. I would love to actually reveal it today and show it to you today, but I've not physically picked it up yet. I've not got the full story. Because it's currently got its wheels off and its bonnet up and it's currently being inspected and checked out. So hopefully, all being well, it will be my van. I've paid a deposit for it. But yeah, coming soon. There's big plans for the van. I've already started speaking to a couple of companies about certain ideas I've got. And one of them did say, "Are you mad? You can't do that." Oh boy, I can do that. You watch this space and I will be doing that. It's going to be great fun. It's going to be really, really exciting. There's going to be lots of videos, hopefully more than one a week. So we'll be continuing the normal videos where I'm going to be talking about camper vans. But there's hopefully be quick updates, quick, faster updates on that. And also, I do apologise for the other project van, the white T5. There is a big story on that one, and it's probably the most important video of mine that you will ever watch. Sorry about what's happened there. It's nobody's fault, but a full explanation will be coming. So yeah, so do look out for that video also coming soon. So thanks to Devon and Cornwall Transporters. Thanks also to Vanworx for your time this morning, talking to me about the things which you're doing. And thank you guys for watching. This is just a hobby to me. Like I've said, if you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link below, but the videos are free. They'll always will be free. So if you don't want to, don't bother. But if you haven't seen any of my other videos on campervans, you can see those here. Thanks for watching. Take care. I hope to see you soon.